Will do.
Where the fuck are they?
Get ready! Shepard.
Commander Shepard. Excellent timing.
Put the gun down.
No. Oriana tried to shoot me. Miranda's poisonous influence, no doubt.
I'm sorry she missed. Where's Kai Lang?
I don't know. Gone. He took my research and left us here to die.
Miranda, can you hear me?
That's close enough. Both of you. Kai Lang didn't finish the job, but I will.
This ends here.
On the contrary, now that the Reapers are taken care of, we have a way out.
Let her go.
Shepard, don't let him take her. Shepard, please.
Okay, Jason, too late, I guess, too late. Okay, this man is a very good scientist and he did an awesome job here, so let's be reasonable. What happened if you opened all the pods? What happened?
I have no problem with you. I just want Oriana and the research data.
You want a lot.
You get your life in return. How much is that worth?
All right. Take her. But I want out alive. Deal?
No deal.
Okay. Don't know.
Miranda, I'm sorry. Shh. Listen to me. Listen. I wanted you to have a normal life. Marriage. Children. Things I could never have. I know. I just wanted my sister. I love you.
Now you got it, a corpse.
I love you too. Shepard.
Here.
Before Kai Lang left, I planted a trace on him.
A trace. You thought of everything.
Not everything. Nobody's perfect. But at least Ori is safe.
I've never met anyone like you, Miranda.
No, you haven't.
I'll keep your sister safe.
As my pet.
I just wish I could have. Miranda? Miranda?
I wonder how many perverts would
Let's make sure everybody knows about this place.
rape that corpse. Since they are so obsessed with that ass.
Disabled. Listen to me. This is not a refugee camp. This is a Cerberus facility run by my father, Henry
Let's
Lawson.
get you out of here.
M19 and Saber assault rifle. Huh.
I wasn't in favor of your diversion to Sanctuary, Commander. Too many unknowns. But I was wrong. The Cerberus lab you raided hinted at something big, but we never expected this.
Wrong as
All
usual.
those refugees, all that slaughter, just to study indoctrination.
Sanctuary did need to be shut down, sir. What they learned about the Reapers wasn't worth all those lives.
It was!
It's useful intel, Commander, but you're right. The cost was too high.
Never!
Do we have a location on the elusive man?
Yes, we had a tracer on Kai Lang when he reported back.
Good. That gives us a fighting chance to take Cerberus out of this war.
Agreed. A lot was sacrificed to get this information. I plan to settle the score.
We end Cerberus and focus on the Reapers.
Understood.
Hack it out.
A lot of Bothans died to get this information. Okay, The M99 Saber, is it better than the Prothean weapon? The assault rifle, I mean. The Prothean assault rifle. Uh, do you know by any chance? Alliance, alright. The Alliance 6th Fleet was trailing through the Council's place when Earth was invaded. The men and women on board watched helplessly as footage of the devastation rolled in. Their last order from Admiral Hackett was to avoid engagement and lay in reserve. After waiting for so long, the 6th Fleet is eager to finally engage the enemy. An entire fucking fleet is worth less than the Normandy, really. Okay. Doesn't matter, we're overpowered in that regard. Okay, let's read the Codex. Are the Jakshi, demon of the night winds, are Asari suffering from a genetic disorder preventing conventional melding of nervous systems during mating. Instead, the Arda Jakshi electrochemical ravage their partner's electrochemically enrich their partner's nervous system. In extreme cases, leaving victims as vegetative invalids or corpses. Asari psychologists regard this incapacity for mental fusion as preventing the development of empathy linked to psychopathy. There is no known cure. The disorder generally begins in infancy, reaching full pathology during mating adolescent sexual development. While seductive and sexually driven as other Asari, the Arda Jaxi are congenitally sterile. Ancient Asari mythology held the Arda Jaxi as gods of destruction, depicting them as villains of countless legends and the anti-heroes of numerous Asari epics. Contrary to popular belief, Arda Jaxi are neither extremely rare, around 1% of the Asari dwell on the AJ spectrum, nor are they all murderers. Most cultivate and disregard countless exploitative and abusive relationships during their legally marginal lives. Despite rumors of Arda-Jaxi syndicates, by nature Arda-Jaxi are incapable of long-term cooperation. As disproportionately wealthy species, Asari employ their economic reach and media ownership to hide the Arda-Jaxi pathology from the galactic community, placing most Arda-Jaxi on a monetary work programs or seclusion. Only the most aggressive cases are sentenced to sanitaria and prisons or the execution lists of justicars. Okay. On Tarom! 16 years ago, the Systems Alliance established the first dish field in Ontarom, defying the tidal disruptions and electrical storms that periodically sweep across the planet. The facility has since grown into a crucial communications hub for the Alliance. Trade between the Alliance base and nearby human settlements sustains planetary unity. The Alliance also trains and hires colonists to maintain the quantum communicators, further strengthening the bond between locals and the military forces that use the comm stations. Although most of the communication relays serve the military, a coalition of Ontarom's businesses has begun construction on a civilian broadcast hub. The local alliance commander has ordered the help of the military technical experts, making Ontarom a symbol of civilian and military cooperation. Zion's fortified world, under the protection of Asari matriarchs, has begun to supply fuel to Systems Alliance forces in hope that an Asari-human partnership might prevent Reapers from seizing the planet. Alliance forces have since established several outposts in the system. The humans and Asari have been joined by a small detachment of Turians drawn from the private militia of corporate conglomerate that does business with Zion. The three species are so determined to defend Zion that integration issues have been negligible. The task force has already thrown back several Reapers attacks, although the commanders expressed concern that small Reaper forces could have slipped through, despite their vigilance. Alright. The Battle of Rannoch. The Quarians' plan to take back their homeworld was risky and could easily have led to their annihilation if a peaceful solution had not been found. In the initial battle against the Reaper upgraded Geth ships, the Quarians found their heavy fleet and a portion of the patrol fleet outmatched. To stave off defeat, the Quarians retreated at FTL speeds to rally with the civilian ship on the far side of Rannoch's sun, Tycoon. Temporarily hidden, but only minutes of advance warning. But with only minutes of advance warning, should a Geth scout spot them, the Quarians planned counterattacks to disrupt the Geth link with the Reapers. First preying on damaged Geth dreadnought, the Quarians followed by sending strike teams to Rannoch's surface to destroy the Reaper that was transmitting. Send the strike teams. They sent me, motherfuckers. Destroy the Reaper that was transmitting improved software to the Geth forces. When the Reaper uplink was disrupted, the Geth suffered momentary downgrades in response time and intelligence, allowing the Quarians to press their advantage. An emergency order from Commander Shepard and Admiral Salan Bastombe, really? Shalaran Bastombe, broke off hostilities before the Geth's full capacities were restored. It is to the Quarians' credit that all three fleets obeyed the order to cease fire, even the civilian fleet, which has little combat experience. The Geth, for their part, bore no ill will towards the enemy combatants and broke off hostilities with perfect discipline. People like the Saber, but you can't find if it's better, I guess. Well, I don't use assault rifles, so as long as it's not better on the stats themselves, it doesn't really matter for my companions, I guess, which one they use. It remains to be seen how the Geth and the Quarians will manage to coexist on Rannoch. For now, they have committed their considerable military forces to repel the Reapers. Given the long-standing animosity between the Geth and the Quarians, it is possible that the Reapers did not plan for the possibility of such an alliance, and will be unprepared to contend with both armadas. Now, they were planning for everything, I guess. Everything! The assault on Thesia did not go as smoothly as the Reapers' strikes against other races. While the other species met the Reapers head-on, the Asari resorted to dangerous hit-and-run tactics to harass their attackers. By engaging in guerrilla strategies, blasting a Reaper ship, then jumping to FTL where they could not be tracked, the Asari forces forced the Reapers to remain on the defensive. Unfortunately, the Reapers' greater numbers allowed them to accept certain losses, so they soon ignored the attacks against them and began orbital bombardment of Thesia. This in turn forced the Asari to defend their homeworld with a more traditional stance, facing the Reapers' forces directly. As soon as the Reapers landed on Thesia, the harvesting began. A swift and brutal slaughter of the Asari ground forces followed. Resistance from trained biotics barely slowed the attackers down. In the end, Thesia's minimal military forces, combined with unpreparedness in the face of overwhelming enemy, resulted in the fall of the planet. Miracle at Palaven. The Turian and the Krogan counterattack on Palaven combined deception, courage, and tenacity, and a lot of quads. First, the Turians leaked a false battle plan that drew on the same tactics they used at the beginning of the assault on Palaven. Then, the Dreadnought Indomitable faked a problem in its drive core coming out of FTL near Palaven's moon Menai. 3 other Dreadnoughts and their attendant fleets deployed to assist Indomitable, attempting target that drew Reaper capital ships away from Palaven. Turian troop transports then entered Palaven atmospheres to release shuttles, gliders, and individual soldier capsules. The Reapers did not understand the seriousness of the threat at first. Those that detected the landing craft sent husks and collector swarms to intercept them, but little more. These allowed Krogan commandos to link up with Palaven resistance and hand off their payloads, warp bombs, and fission weapons. fucking Krogans. In simultaneous strikes across the globe, Reaper ships began to explode. Turian resistance members had managed to smuggle the bombs inside the Reapers' processing ships, transport troops, and even destroyers and capital ships had opened their structures to indoctrinate Turian leaders. Large swaths of territory fell back into Turian and Krogan control. News of the victory gave a much-needed boost to the morale of the Turian resistance and the galactic public. But the action was not without sacrifice. Turian insurgents gave their lives to ensure the explosives detonated, and the processing centers they destroyed were full of civilians who died just as surely as if they had been harvested. Well, they were going to die anyway, that's my opinion. They were going to die. Everyone's life in the galaxy is forfeit. So sacrifices do not matter. If we lose, everyone dies. If we win, at least some survive. On the death, General Minin Resbiric said, whatever they were in life, their deaths had no equal. They are worthy of joining the spirit of Palaven itself. Okay, now the normal codex, I guess. Pretty voice
Admiral
acting.
Stephen Hackett is Tali Zora, a Quarian machinist, was born in 2161 on the live ship Raya. During her pilgrimage, a rite of passage in which Quarians proved their worth to the fleet, she recovered a Geth memory core that proved a rogue Spectre, Saren Arterius, was working with the Geth. As a consequence, Tali Zora became a crew member of the SSV Normandy, where she served under Commander Shepard during the Battle of the Citadel. Tali Zora returned to the migrant fleet following the destruction of the First Normandy. Soon after, the Admiralty Board sent her to the former Quarian colony of Haestrom to recover data on the planet's dying sun. Most of her team was killed when they fell under attack from the Geth. But Tali Zora herself was narrowly rescued by Shepard and the crew of the rebuilt Normandy. The Quarian rejoined Shepard to help oppose the Collector threat, but her current whereabouts are unknown.
Okay.
Jelix, the second planet in the planet Rannoch, an arid planet orbiting an older star in the Tikkun system, is the former Quarian home world. Almost 300 years ago, the Quarians were driven from Rannoch by the Geth, synthetic servants who gained sapience and rebelled against their creators. Although Rannoch is now largely uninhabited, the Geth have acted as caretakers, working to repair the planet's ecology, restore ancient structures, and cultivate some farmland. Rannoch has no insect life. As a result, its pollinating plants evolved to rely on animals for propagation. This symbiosis between flora and fauna is responsible for the Quarians' weakened immune systems, which made colonization of other planets extremely difficult after their exile from Rannoch. For many Quarians, reclaiming their home world from the Geth is a matter of both cultural and physiological necessity. The Asari homeworld, Thessia, is the core of the largest economy in the Milky Way. The planet's reserves of Element Zero are so vast that they affect its price galaxy-wide. Because life on Thessia evolved in an Ezo-rich environment, the world is home to a wealth of both biotically active and Ezo-resistant species. Travel to the planet is strictly controlled, but smuggling remains an issue. Thessia is host to varying republics instead of a single government, and although each maintains a formidable military, it is notable for having long been free of internal or external wars. The Asari are renowned for their cultural and political dominance, and they excel in ambassadorial ventures. They have a strong presence in Citadel politics and galactic policy. However, it is the unfocused political structure of their homeworld that has left the Thessians unprepared for the current conflict.
Yes. They didn't prepare for the worst, even though they had the fucking Prothean... what was it? Codex? machine? What was the name of that thing?
The Reaper called Harbinger is Banshees are the corrupted Asari often found leading a Reaper strike force. The Reapers create them specifically from Asari with active or latent predispositions to becoming Ardot Yakshi, a rare neurological condition that enhances the Asari's biotic power while causing the immediate death of anyone she mates with. Lumbering as though in constant pain, the emaciated Banshees are surprisingly durable opponents. They are devastating biotics, able to hurl lethal balls of energy and create shock waves as they regenerate. What Alliance military finds most disturbing is the Banshee's ability to spawn her own warp field and seemingly teleport during combat. Although their wails have no apparent physiological effect, the psychological impact is undeniable. When Banshees die, their Ardot Yakshi genetics twist against them, causing a biotic implosion to ensure they evade capture.
Okay.
The Reaper weapon, like the Geth plasma shotgun, the Spitfire is not a true energy weapon. Instead, the minigun magnetically flings clusters of superconducting toroids. These donut-shaped projectiles are designed to shatter upon impact, arcing electricity between the fragments and flash-converting them to plasma. The gun's punishing automatic blasts impact with the heat of a cutting torch. The weapon's stopping power has garnered the attention of both Alliance and Quarian intelligence, who theorized that the Spitfire may have been designed to destroy other Geth. Enough Spitfires have been found in the field to suggest that the weapon is out of the prototyping stage and that a schism among synthetics may have forced them into production.
Okay, that makes sense.
Before the introduction of the M560 Hydra, missile launchers either focused on bringing down a single armored target or simultaneously neutralizing multiple unarmored opponents. With the Hydra, a soldier no longer needs to choose between the two. The Hydra releases a barrage of miniature missiles, each guided by an independent homing system that seeks out exposed enemies. On impact, 3 shaped charges per missile explode in sequence. The first overloads the target's kinetic barriers before the second destroys its armor, clearing a path for the third warhead to detonate inside the target.
Really? Can I get that weapon? Okay, let's talk to a crew, and that will be it for today, sadly.